Samuel had good big windows put in. When the weather is fine, it is pleasant to have a parlour that looks out over the garden.
I like the colour of this little fuming pot. It is a little worn and not of as great value as many of our possessions, but the green and yellow of it puts me in mind of a fresh summer meadow and the healthy air of the country. I like the smell of herbs and spices which comes from it once the charcoal inside it is lit. Rosemary, juniper, sometimes lavender. It is a pleasing scent. It eases my mind when I am preoccupied with the weight of work or of church matters, and sometimes even causes my thoughts to drift to the smell of church or the airs that rise from tasty dishes on our dinner table. In the meantime, all we can do is burn our herbs and turn our little fuming pots to clear the air around us, and pray. I will take out my desk box to finish my accounts. I remember when I bought this. I had seen it in the home of Mr. Kent, where I was apprentice. When he died, God rest his soul, I reckoned with his wife to have it for a good price. I had always admired it, and its surface still held his scratches and ink stains. My own also from when he trained me up. I always liked the smell of the oak wood. I remember I was merely starting out on my own when I had this desk box first. Joan and I were recently married. I liked that I could sit here and read my business letters and write my accounts, and sometimes she would sit. I felt that weighty hand of responsibility fall on my shoulder, and also humbled that my work here must be the choice of God. I will confess I had hoped for some years to be useful in this way, and am now ready to set to work. And so I sat, as I do every evening, in public prayer with my family. It was a scene as harmonious as my wife's playing on her virgins. After the reading, I led questions on the scripture passage for us to digest. What are we to think of Solomon, the wise king, called upon by his people to judge?
I see you are admiring my book, Mr. Killick. Please do so. It's an exceeding fine depiction of the progress of our new King James into the city of London after his first coming down from Scotland. I recall the city was near wild to welcome him. We had to wait for his arrival for near attention turned to this engraving. Mr. Samuel Pike asked me to describe it as he has been blind in one eye since his fall from his horse. Why, said I, here you see 2 attempts upon our English monarchs by popish plotters who would have turned our country back to the yoke.
I had neither my sister's dexterous fingers nor her ear for song. I must admit I still do not, though practice and discipline have lessened the gap between us.
This is a good carpet. It is not one of the turkey work imitations they weave in Windsor. You can tell from the colours. It is a real Turkey carpet, all the way from the east. I will do my best not to spill ink on it, as I did when I was a young lawyer, doing work for a merchant in London. To my shame, I covered it up with papers to hide what I'd done.